God level genius.
What up, though, man? It's James Vergato of God Over Genius, man. Today, man, there was some unfortunate news that occurred at the Potter's house, ran by the Bishop T.D. Man. He had a health scare towards the end of service, and it was very eerie, man. Me personally, man, I tuned into the Potter's house, man, just to listen to Bishop T.D. Jakes' ministry. I started listening to him like 2, 3 years ago, more consistently, because it just seems like for the most part, things that I'm actually dealing with in my real life, he's always when he preaches has a sermon that correlates. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't attend like no physical church, so I just listen to him to make sure I stay sharp and just try to better myself. Um, the situation was very unfortunate. His sermon today on the subject of the lesson was crazy as a fox, and it was a great word. Although it was early this morning, I'm not that fresh on all the material, man, because you know what happened at the end of the service, man, somewhat like deterred your whole state of mind. Because I mean, honestly, it was traumatic to see. I mean, I thought he might have been actually dead. Once the live went off, it was so many questions because I saw it live. I actually recorded it myself, uh so I could rewatch it to see like what just happened, but I didn't dare post it on no type of social media out of respect for his family and for himself, because I wouldn't want nobody to do me like that. But I was trying to see like was he in prayer to the point that they thought service was over or something like that. I really don't know. Because I didn't, even though I suspected it was might have been a stroke happening or occurring, I didn't fear for his death because I know like they got like a hospital right there, and they have like medical people at the Potter's house. As a matter of fact, there's been sermons where he's preached live and something happened to a member, and he was able to continue preaching in the middle of the act because they got security, they got the ushers, and then they got the medical people already in attendance. So he's always been a forward thinker and prepared for any type of disaster or distraction that could happen to keep people from receiving the word. So he was in the middle of prayer, and like the last words he said, it was so eerie. He was like, may he go in peace, if I'm not mistaken. That's what he said. And that's when it looked like he had the stroke. And he was already in the middle of prayer. And what was so eerie about this situation, man, was that throughout the sermon, he said certain things that somewhat manifested towards the end of the sermon. He talked about how there may come a time, while you at church and you can receive a text, to say you got to leave right now because it's an urgent emergency, or you may find out some some traumatic news and you got to leave. He was basically saying like you don't know what's down the line or around the corner. And then boom, it happened to him at the end of his sermon. His sister running on stage, and you could hear like the assistant pastors like back up, give him space. uh I don't know, man, like it was crazy. But the Potter House released a statement, maybe 45 minutes after the fact, and they were saying he was under medical supervision, and he was recovering well. But of course, they didn't state what exactly happened. They just said it was like a health scare or something like that. But and I'm not saying it was a stroke, but from what I saw, that was the first thing I assumed it was. A mild stroke. Um, but we don't know. Some people said it could have been a heart attack. I don't know, but it was traumatic to watch, and it kind of threw off everything that happened before. And um, he seemed very lethargic, like 15 minutes before it happened. Like he kind of seemed like he was in and out, and just looked it exhausted. To be quite honest with you, I believe he had just came back from Zimbabwe and did like a speaking engagement or a sermon. And I know like all that traveling could weigh on you, but the messy people and the people that want to get some drama started. They saying some people say it's a publicity stunt. Some people said it was staged, or some people say like, it's a way for him to get out of whatever could potentially happen with him and Diddy. And I just think all of that type of stuff is distasteful, because my thing is, man, if TD Jakes hasn't directly affected you in a negative way, why are people so like excited to see someone have a health scare or go to jail, especially if they haven't done nothing directly to you? That make me really believe the Bible gotta be real, because Jesus was on the cross and people was making fun of him and saying all type of stuff, and he had to say to God, like, Father, forgive them for what they not know. And I see this in real time. It's like people be so excited, especially my people, like my race. Like, it's so much excitement to see another man go down and they ain't even did nothing to you. Then it's real live people who've done wrong to you, even though you probably still shouldn't do that. It would make more sense to have that energy with the person that directly affected you. You don't even know this man for real. You're just hearing about what people are saying. You don't even know it's true. And you casting stones, blocking blessings out your life, speaking negative on someone that ain't even did nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? And if he is guilty of such, God is gonna deal with them. You know what I'm saying, and hold them accountable. But why go out your way? You know what I'm saying, to make millions of posts. You know what I'm saying, glorifying the man suffering. You know what I'm saying? It just opened my eyes more to humanity and how disgusting at times this world is with some of the people that's still breathing. Um, But I saw Sarah Jakes make a post with her husband, and they gave an update, and they were basically saying like Bishop is recovering, and they trying to keep him down and keep him, be still and rest up. But he always on the move, and they were just saying like, hey, you got to relax. So it was a very unfortunate situation, but it really showed you, man, nothing is guaranteed. Anything can happen to anybody at any given moment. You could be smiling, and then 15 minutes later, you could be going through the same thing. And everybody got a time, to face whatever it is um that's in your storyline, So thank God, man, he recovered, and he didn't go out that way. But even if he did, it's like, wow, you went out doing what you love to do. Um but that's pretty much, man, like what I wanted to say, man, because I actually witnessed this live in real time, and it was a lot to process. I didn't know what was happening, man, when I was watching this, man. I was really at a loss of words, and I had to rewind, and I was like, well, I know this is about to be all over the internet and it's gonna be trending. I even saw people online saying people were really like at the Potter's house, like, losing their minds and crying and shouting and stuff like that. But the power of prayer is real, man. And you gotta have people pray for you, and you gotta pray for yourself, because it's power in that, man. So, God bless the TD Jakes family, and what I'm saying, everybody else who watching this, man, y'all be safe out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Stay vigilant, you know what I'm saying, and stay prayed up, man. If you made it this far to the video, I want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the God Lover Genius YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button, man. I am James Vergado, and as always, be God level. The genius is in you. God level genius.